Coach, what can you say about the resilience of your team going down in regulation and also in the shootout to come back both times?
Yeah, I mean, God, I've been saying it all year. These guys just have no quit in them. They played their asses off today, and I'm so proud of them and fighting back not once but twice, and then back-to-back shootouts. So couldn't be happier that they're getting a second Final Four in their careers.
Annabel, when it's just you against whoever is going up against you and you don't get to obviously experience that every single game, what's it like to be in a shootout and to step up for your team like you did today?
I think the biggest thing is like knowing how much my teammates believe in me is obviously super helpful, and then from there I'm just working on calming my heart rate as much as I can, and doing what I can to maybe get in their heads. Don't know if it'll work, but just try to control the circle as much as I can.
No?
Coach, a lot of moments today where it looked like it was either over or that Iowa was about to be on the front foot pretty firmly. And y'all seemed to battle back and get right back in it every time that happened, obviously with the goal. But in overtime, it felt like they had their chances, and then you guys would come right back and have chances of your own. What can you say about the resiliency it was on display today?
Yeah, I think when that ball hit the post, that was my heart rate hit 300. But you know, we've been in these games all year, and that's why we play the schedule we play. And again, I mean, these guys, I know we always have a chance with not only the 11 on the field, but all those guys that are coming to the bench and all those players that were Iowa scout on attack corners today. It makes a difference, and sometimes they go unnoticed, but not to us. So really happy for this group. They've worked incredibly hard. It is really, really difficult after winning a national championship, you know, not to have a hangover season. So I'm just so happy I'm going back to my alma mater. And these guys have another shot at a championship, and that's all you can ever ask for as a coach.
Okay.
Coach, you limited Iowa to only 2 corners today, which is pretty good for what you mentioned, a high attacking team. Can you speak just on Kayla and all the rest of the defense and their ability to keep strong in the 16?
Yeah, I mean, to limit them to 2 corners is pretty impressive. They've got a lot of firepower. Their midfield are some of the best in the country, and it's a team effort. It starts with our forwards. I think Lauren Wadas probably ran between 6 and 7 miles today. I'll have to check her data, but and then when you have Scooby in goal, that you can really be on your front foot, try to make tackles, and if you miss, she's going to be right there behind you.
No?
Looking ahead, it's not too early, Coach. That Maryland team waiting in the semis is a team that you guys have obviously had two incredible battles against already this year. What is the lead up for that game going to be like for you as a squad, knowing how tightly you've played them already this year?
Yeah. Lauren, you want to take one?
Yeah, Maryland's a great opponent. I think we just have to go in with the same mindset that we go in with every team, just battling for 60 minutes. And I think we have a great week of prep coming up, and we're excited to face Maryland again.
And just kind of basing it off of that again, the other 3 teams in the Final Four are all teams with a big history of success: North Carolina, Penn State, Maryland. But it's y'all who have been there, who were there last year. How much confidence does that give you guys, knowing you have that immediate experience over those other 3 teams?
I think our confidence more so comes from what we've been able to do this season. Like, it's a new set of kids out there, and some really big roles. So it's more like we had a great start to the season. We had a dip for a bit, how we learned from injuries and losses and where we're at now as a unit, that I think is where most of our confidence comes from.
I think, too, just sharing our experience with the younger girls on the team. Last year, Maddie and Claire were able to give us advice, so I think sharing our experiences, being in the Final Four last year, will help us as a team.
How would you guys say that adversity made you guys even stronger this season as compared to last season? The adversity of like a couple dips you mentioned this season, how would you say that made you guys stronger as a team?
I think it's taught us how to deal with unexpected situations, and also I think one of the biggest things for us is figuring out how to respond to those. And I think something you can see that's progressed a lot in our season is when we get scored on, how we come back from that. And I think today was a great demonstration of that. If you look at some of our earlier games, if the other team scored first, it took us a while to get our footing back. And I think we've shown throughout the season that some mistakes are going to happen, and that's okay, and it depends on how you respond.
Tracey, what do you like about having Erin in the shootout? Obviously, she's a lefty, but.
I mean, she's got 2 goals and they don't count. So it's, as I said, I mean, kid's a gamer. She does throw in a different look, but, you know, she has the confidence. And really, it hasn't been till maybe the last few weeks that she's been taking them consistently. And, you know, when you look in one of your players' eyes, if they want to be out there and be one of those 5. And I'm so proud of her. She gets limited minutes in 35-degree weather, and she's like, should I warm up? And I was like, yeah, you need to warm up. So she went in there and she nailed it again, and really, really happy for her and the rest of the team.
You can argue that Erin is the reason you guys are here today with the 2 goals, especially without the goal in this one, obviously, it would have been over in 5. But then, you know, talk a little bit more about the shootout. How did you make the decision to have Anna be the one to take the 6th shot? What went into that?
Anna's been probably one of our most consistent, and she is an even-keeled player. She doesn't let the highs get too high or the lows get too lows. And she missed that first one, but it was really, really close, and she can make adjustments pretty easy. But all season, I mean, we do them 2-3 times a week, and she's been pretty consistent. Her, Erin, and Lauren really, and then for Maddie and Benta to come back after Friday and put theirs home was really, really important for the group, and really happy that they get to celebrate that.
And then just with the shootout in general, you know, kind of such a departure from the way the rest of the game is played to then end it on a shootout. What are your thoughts in general to have it end that way?
Yeah, I got to tell you, I don't love it. I'd rather it be settled on the field, but when you go down to 6v6 and you play 20 minutes, I mean, literally Friday, I think they played the equivalent of a game and a half, and then come back 2 days later. So it is what it is. I mean, I think putting them out on the field any longer could risk injury and stuff. So I don't love it, but I love it this weekend because we're 2-0.
Anything else?
Good.
All right. Thanks,
All right,
everybody.
go Cats. Thanks, everybody.